welcome to
CoCo
Toffee TV.
And basically, we're just going to be, from episode 5?
Yeah.
This is going to be episode 6.
Just a continuation. So it's like 5 and a half.
She got stories to tell right now.
So we left off and we were talking about catfishing, dating catfishing, dating in the UK, which is, and I was trying to say how people here, guys here are just different. They're very different.
I think that we're stuck in social media. I mean, we are coming from the era that we never had phones like that. Well, I'm still 38, but
that's her. I've always had social media because I'm only.
No, you did not.
I'm only 28.
Okay, but in the real world, we had, like she said before, that you was able to see someone and communicate effectively with them. Now everyone's hiding behind this phone, and it's for me
and
catfishing. And like I said before, she's a hopeless romantic. I don't know. I'm off with your head. I don't care.
You want me to tell the story about my catfish?
Go ahead.
Okay. So, like I said,
I'm sure I know it already.
if people want to see if the person that they're dating, then that's what video calls for. But taking me out on a coffee date, as I said before, I don't do that. I just don't. And if that means I'll be single for the rest of my life, then I'll be like that woman. I'm gonna marry myself because I'm not doing a coffee date. I'm sorry. Will not compromise. Will not. But anyway, so I met this guy online, yeah? And
when was this?
This was when I first moved to the UK. So I've been here since like 2017, 18. And this was like my first year here. So I met this guy. He was cool. His pictures, he's all right. He weren't falling, but he was okay. So I'm talking to him, right? He lived in Birmingham. That's a part of the UK for those of you that don't know. He lived in Birmingham. And we were talking for about a week. And then he said to, I found out his profession. He was an accountant because he was like, oh, you're from Bermuda. And anybody knows Bermuda, we're like, main source of revenue is international business. So he was like, oh, I have clients in Bermuda, yada, 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 yada. I'm an accountant. Have you ever been? No, but I want to go. Okay, fine. So fast forward, a week later, we ended up meeting in Brixton, which is, Brixton's kind of like Brooklyn for those people that are not from the UK. And so we ended up meeting in Brixton. I remember I was standing outside of the tube station and I heard this guy say, now my name is pronounced Tauria, but if you don't know me and you see the spelling, you call me Tauria, right? So all I hear is Tauria. So I'm looking around because I don't know anybody. And I don't see anybody, no familiar face, nothing, Jesus. So the guy comes, you're Tauria, right? And I'm like, I'm Tauria, yes. And so he's like, hi, for the sake of explanation, we're going to call him Bob. He says, I'm Bob. I was like, hi.
Bob who?
Yeah, like, exactly. So we start walking to this place called Pop Brixton, which is like a container park or whatever, container restaurants or whatever. And the whole time we're walking, I've got my phone in my hand and I'm looking down at my phone, I'm looking up at him, I'm looking down at my phone, I'm looking up. I got nothing. I don't know who this dude is.
Oh, so who that man?
Who that is.
Who that
woman, man. So anyway, I go because I'm nice, right? So I go to the box park, whatever. And then I text my friend, right? A friend of mine, and I text and I said, I need you to bump into me on purpose. I need you to bump into me by mistake on purpose.
So she was in Brixton as well?
No, she lived in Brixton. So I say, I need you to bump into me by mistake on purpose. She's like, what? I said, just meet me. Drop the pen, let her know it was. And I was texting her. So we go to this restaurant. This guy's we go to Pop Brixton. He's trying to impress me, yeah? So buying expensive wines. I'm still stuck here. Like what? I'm still stuck on this.
What was different about the picture and him?
Everything. It wasn't him. Like it wasn't. The only thing they were similar was that they were same complexion.
No way.
But it was a whole different spigger. I don't want to say the N word, but it was a whole different spigger. And so I'm still stuck. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't understand. So anyway, my friend comes, right? I don't want to put her name out there because she didn't give me permission. So I'm going to call her Keisha. Keisha comes and Keisha's like, she sits down and she's a little more upfront than I am. And so she says to him, like after we're talking, introducing everything, she just comes blurts out and says, how come you don't look like your pictures? And he says, and I kid you from line and flying, he goes, because that's not me. Girl.
So he was.
He said that was his brother.
Oh, so he got the.
Not in my head, I was like, well,
he got the ugly DNA.
This is it.
Because if
and in my head,
his brother's picture,
you know what I was saying in my head, right? You need to introduce me to
your brother.
So I said, well, why you put a picture of your brother up? And he said, because, now if you remember what I said at the beginning of the story about his profession, he said, because of my profession, dude was an accountant. You weren't a social worker. You weren't a preacher. You weren't a police officer. You weren't a teacher. What social worker? You're a drone. Accountant. You're a drone. You're sitting in the office. Like, anybody care what you look like? Just want to make sure you crunch the numbers. Like, what are you talking about? So anyway, fast forward. So I said to him, but dude, you've been talking to me for a whole week on WhatsApp.
No, man.
Why didn't you send me a picture of what you look like? And tell me, Tauria, this is not me. I had to put a picture of my brothers up, blah, 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 whatever your lie is. And here is me. If you got a drink in your hand, you need to drink. Because when I tell you what this dude said next,
what did he say?
He said, if I was to show you what I really look like, you wouldn't have agreed to go out on the date with me.
And he's right. And he is absolutely right. That's why he did what he did.
Flabbergasted. I said, you knew we were going to meet. So you're manipulative. Mm-hmm. You're a liar. Mm-hmm. You're probably a cheater. Mm-hmm. And you're ugly. So at that point in time, am I boring you? I'm boring. I hope I'm not boring you guys.
Don't bore me. Girl, do you know what time it is?
It's always, it's batty, shut o'clock. Shout out to Natalie Dunn.
You know. So how did it end? Like, what happened?
It's my ass a little bit. So basically, I ended up getting up from the table. I grabbed my jacket and I said, I'll be right back. And he just assumed I was going to the bathroom, or as the British say, the toilet.
And you
so I laughed.
You're gonna set it off and
so I taxed Keisha. I was about to say her name. I taxed Keisha and I was like, I'm going, and I dropped the key to it. No. So he ends up. She told me when she met up with me, he was like, oh, you want to go check on your friend? She's not like, where is she? She goes, she left, right? And he was like, why would she leave? It's like, because you lied to her.
So let me ask you a question. If he didn't use his brother's profile pic and he actually used his picture, would you have been interested?
He had a nice personality. And wait a minute, let me just say, exactly. You don't see nobody walking down the street saying, man, they got a nice personality. But, so I probably would not have. But at the same time, don't take that up with me. You take that up with God and your mama and your daddy. Don't take that up with me. Like, don't lie to me.
Yeah.
Because you're only making it worse. Like, who knows? I might have accidentally swiped on him. What is that, babe? I might have accidentally swiped on him and then, like, talked to him and got to learn his personality. Or maybe he needs to come offline and meet people in person and show his personality. But just because you don't find yourself attractive or you don't think that you're going to get somebody.
Or maybe he was tired of hearing people tell him the same thing you told him, that you're ugly.
Listen. You're ugly. So what you do, instead you manipulate women.
Well, maybe
and then you try to throw money at, and he didn't throw money at me.
How long ago was this?
Years ago now. He just bought a wine. I don't even drink like that, so it doesn't impress me. Maybe if he'd have let go someone, I'm mistaken. I sound like a poor digger. But no, seriously speaking though, like, if you want to win me over and you're not attractive, then we probably won't connect or not. And I'm not saying I'm all of that, but I have a preference. Yeah, I have a,
I said I love a sense of humor.
I like a sense of, listen,
not clown.
A boyfriend I had in the past, I never was attracted to him. He pursued me, and I just thought he was a nice guy, and I kind of like nerdy, smart guy, so he was really intelligent as an engineer or whatever, and I did not find him attractive at all. And this was back in uni days, whatever. I did not find him. And just to let you know, any guy that has been in my life that's an engineer, I'm not talking about you. I've dated multiple engineers. I told you I like nerds. So he was an engineer, and we met at a party, and he was talking to me for like a whole 15 minutes standing behind me. I didn't even know that dude was talking to me. But he ended up being the love of my life because we just started talking and we started connecting, and it was beyond looks. So it's not always about looks, but in this age of the internet, all you got is swipe left. You can read the profile, but they can lie.
Do you enjoy going on dating apps?
No, I hate it. I hate it.
I've never been on a date.
But I don't leave my house, and this one doesn't leave her house. And what do I tell you all the time?
Well, unless it's the postman or the milkman, you ain't gonna get.
Or the Uber delivery
guy. You're not gonna get anyone. How are they gonna know you exist
if you don't leave your house? Or if you're not gonna leave your house, do some
it's
internet
scary
dating.
out there to leave your house. And internet dating is again catfish. I don't have time. I really don't have time because I'm very like you. If I'm in it, I'm in it. So for me to have to be in it to then find out you're not who I think you are, no, I'd rather just not bother in the first place.
So, translation, I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life.
With my cats. I'll be that lady with the cats.
And
yeah,
and
because
maybe leave that for the other Miss Palmer. I'm joking. Hey, listen, people have needs, and but also, well, no, I'll leave that. I'm not gonna put anybody's business out there. But yeah, it's hard. Internet dating is hard. So chime in below and let us know if dating in this era, the what do you call this era? Not even what do you call these? Because you have the Gen Zs, you have the baby boomers, then you have Gen Zs, then you have the millennials, then you have the Gen X, and then you have Gen Zs.
I don't even know anymore.
Right? We're in Gen Z right now, but what do you call this era?
20th century era?
This is not the 21st century. 20th century is like, remember, it's always the next year. It's like the 22nd century. I think it's 22nd century. Let us know what century we're in. I know it's not the 21st.
Let us know what you would prefer. Do you enjoy doing this dating website thing, or would you prefer seeing someone and actually getting to know someone? Because I'm still old
school. For introverts, I think that works. And I'm an ambivert, which is introvert / extrovert.
And I'm just a at-home vert.
But yeah, we want you to chime in below and in the comments and let us know what you think of what do you feel about coffee dates? Are you team Tauria or team Simone? And also, what do you think? And I know all the men are going to be team Simone.
Why?
Because anyway.
No, some guys will enjoy dinner.
Yeah, I know, and I've met a few of them because I don't settle for nothing like that. Like I said, you ain't got to buy me a diamond ring. I just want a meal.
I just feel like
talk over dinner and
no.
Something.
I prefer let's go for coffee. If we like the vibe, we're gonna then continue that coffee to dinner.
So why can't you do that at date on a regular date?
A regular date?
Yeah, like on a dinner date.
Like dinner date, because that's already intimate.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s when you were alive, when I wasn't born yet.
So now I'm older than you.
Yeah, you say you're 38. I'm 20. I'm 10 years younger than you.
Cool. Let's go with that.
Okay, so. Back in the day, right, before the internet era, before social dating, social media dating, did you ever have a guy say he's going to take you out for coffee? Your ex, did he ever say he was going to take you out for coffee for your first date?
Well, we didn't really have a date. Like, back in the days, we didn't have a date. It was like, you
just met him and say, you're my boyfriend, you're my... No.
Basically, no, you just meet someone, you talk on the phone, and then you just like go out. And then your boyfriend? No, like you just go out.
Being the mall.
Meet at the mall.
You could meet at the mall.
Like
you can
McDonald's. Like, girl, we're 1920. Like, don't nobody...
You was born in 1920?
No, I said we were 1920. Don't nobody care about nothing apart from just seeing the person.
But I was 1920.
You did not do dinner dates.
Didn't do what?
In Bermuda, maybe.
No, I was in I was in university. I was trying not to show my age. I was in university. I went to school in South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina, Allen University, and I went to school in New Jersey, King University. KU, AU, both of them, love you to death.
What's up?
But guys took me out on dates.
Maybe I never had a date yet then.
So guys, Simone is single and available. Zero.
Are you trying to porn me off?
Porn or porn?
Porn, not XX porn, as in pawn.
So
PAWN.
This one is single and available.
Listen, right?
And she doesn't mind if you take her out on a coffee date. You can spend, if you're in the UK, you're going to spend £3 on her. She's great. She's great.
I'm not that cheap.
But
I'm not that cheap.
She said on the first date, you can just take her out for coffee.
How did this become
You spend.
I'm just keeping it real.
The most you spend on Starbucks is £5. You spend £6.
Listen.
So you buy her a coffee and she's good. She'll marry you. She'll cook for you. She'll make her Jamaican dumpling and...
She's not making sense. What I'm saying is, I don't believe in the structure of, oh, you must take me out for a dinner.
But it doesn't have to be dinner. It could be take me skating. It could take me bowling. It could be going for a hike in the woods. It could be...
But there's nothing wrong with going out for coffee, okay? Because if coffee and it lasts long enough for skating and hiking, then cool. But if from the moment, if it don't work, then we ain't doing that after. Why am I going to be getting dressed just to be told thank you and no
we will, again,
agree to disagree.
But we want to know what you think about it. So, yeah. Anyway, chime down in below. Let us know your thoughts. Dating, catfish, all of the stuff. Everything we covered, okay?
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes.
If we don't get nothing back from you guys, we don't know how well we're doing. Because, shoot, it might just be us two just talking to ourselves.
And we're actors and we're singers. So we've been on auditions and everything. So we got thick skin. If you tell us we're crap, we're still going to do it anyway.
Tell us we're crap. Make it sound better than that.
Point I'm saying is that I'm used to rejection. I'm used to rejection.
Well, I'm not.
And living in the acting where you have to, you get told more times than you get told yes, you get told no.
Definitely.
And singing, well, I've been in a few competitions. I've won a few. I've always placed, so I've always been like a runner up or something like that. But at the same time, I don't always win. So you know what I mean.
That's true. Oh, we could do that next time. Let's talk about our singing and obviously.
Okay. Let's end this and then we can do that.
No, not today.
Oh, okay.
Girl, she don't want to go to her bed. Go to your bed.
I got things to do. I gotta go.
Guys, love you and thank you. See you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.